You know what's funny? Right there when I logged in and said, "Hey, there he is." First time I spoke all day out loud.
You don't even talk to yourself a little bit?
I didn't. Not
Like,
today. I kept in my own head. That's weird.
oh man, like not even a little bit. Not even like, oh, Josh, this coffee's smelling good.
Does smell good. Not even in the shower. Didn't sing a tune. That's crazy.
Is everything okay?
Well, I'm great, but now I'm wondering, like, for anyone out there that lives alone, like, are there times where you might go like an entire day without talking? You know what's insane? Like thinking about it, I've actually never lived alone. Like, unless it's been like a day or two here or there with like, you know, my family's gone.
Yeah.
But I lived with my family growing up. Went away to college, had a roommate, came back home, then left for my career. Always lived with Tia. This is crazy.
That is crazy, Josh. I'm kind of I'm like, do you even know yourself?
You know what? I don't even want to go down this rabbit hole. I like who I am. Don't make me.
All right, let's not do that. Let's go down a different rabbit hole. Um, Congratulations
First,
first.
you're Andrew,
uh, Well, absolutely. Actually, first, you're Josh.
and I think together we are
Two dads who
who swing.
swing at the park.
Not what you go dirty minds think out there.
No, not those kinds of swings.
Sorry,
Um,
I had to get that out of the way. I realized we didn't actually do that
yeah, that's okay.
on for
Right?
last episode.
We're experimenting, right? We'll figure out as we go.
Yeah, yeah, that's right.
Speaking of, I had a whole list of questions and put you to the burner for on the last episode after we congratulated you for 16 years of marriage, Josh.
That's
16.
right.
That's a full school career. That's full kindergarten down elementaries, middles, high schools, and then you got a bachelor's degree in marriage.
I love that. Dad's you metaphor again, right there. I love it.
4 more years and you'll have a full on doctorate.
Bring it on. Feels like honestly, and it's I know people say this, but it honestly doesn't feel like 16 years. I don't feel like I'm old enough to be married for 16 years. In my head, like I know like physical wise, I am getting older,
Mm,
obviously. But in my head, like I don't feel that. I don't feel old.
that's fine. That's great. You're still in your prime then.
That's right.
16 years, a long time. I mean, timeline wise too, right? It's kind of, I was kind of thinking in my head, and so not out loud. No one was hearing me. No one was hearing me say this, but um, you've kind of had an interesting timeline too. Like with your daughter, she probably came in around your grade 9, grade 10. When if you in high school, you're starting to get your learner's permit. Then after the first couple of years, you got your full on license. You're taking your car to school. You get this new parking spot, right, at the grocery store for the family parkings. You're just like, okay, you're on campus for a little bit. Um, you know, let's say prom, you start making out a little bit, but then your prom date's best friend's crying, so she's leaving to go take care of them, right? And it's just like now you're
That's
in,
it. That's a
yeah,
night.
yeah. Now you're just in the university stage where you're cramming. You're just cramming. There's so many things on the go. You got to work and maintain a relationship. It's like, what's going on?
It's not fun. It's not fair.
Yeah, that's a different kind of school experience, but nonetheless, 16 years. Looking back, um, some advice or some reflection to younger Josh. Like, what would you say to year one Josh, or right before you got married, Josh? Year five
Uh,
Josh, and Josh.
so year one, Josh, we're talking about here. I find, and I think this is kind of almost a universal thing, is people our generation, people our age, like again, we'll go with millennials. We want what our parents have, but we want it now,
Ooh,
right?
yeah,
Um,
we deserve
eh,
it now.
it's right. That's right. And I'm not a millennial basher. Like I'm not the one that thinks every problem is because of a millennial or none of us want to work. Like I think people get us mixed up with a different generation. But my I'm not going to pick a fight with any Gen Xers or Boomer listeners out there on this one. My biggest thing would be don't rush. Like like take your time and enjoy the ride where you are. Like you'll get there. We will like if you're doing the right things, you're working hard. Like you're, you're. I always say like it's easier to make an extra. like let's just say 10,000 it is to save 10,000. It's probably almost virtually impossible in my mind for me to save that much money. But if you're doing the right things, you're going to get there. Be patient and take your time. And I guess the biggest thing to, if we're going to look at relationship wise advice, is that there is two people in that relationship,
Mm.
right? And you're not more important just because of your job or what else is going on in life, or who you are. There's two people, and you need to adjust to that and realize that you're not number one, right? Like you're not the center of it, right?
What about if I am number one in my head?
In your head, yes, we're all number one. We're all number one, right? But whether that means, you know, I can always think back to when we first got together. My wife always wanted to make sure like the kitchen's clean, and I'd be like, "Who cares? Like, just put the dishes in the sink. We'll get to it eventually. Like, it's not that big of a deal. Just relax." And now I can't relax if there's the kitchen's dirty, right? Just realize that you know, you're and again, because I got married quite young. I was 22.
Mm.
My wife and I, we moved out west and moved in with each other. I was 21, she was 22. So there was that growth period, but I think I didn't put much of a focus on like my wife's priorities in the home. Like obviously, like our love always priority number one. You know, love of my life, absolutely. 16 years later, still together. But those things of being that mature adult probably wasn't the most like front and center, other than cutting the lawn. That was never non-negotiable. Like I had to have the lawn, right?
Uh, Dishes can wait. The lawn's got to go right now. I'm supposed to be at the airport to catch our flight, but I got to cut this lawn before we go. I can't have people thinking I'm irresponsible with my grass length.
Yeah, because that right there, it's not just the grass life. It's they're calling my manhood into play here. Like they're looking, seeing how valid's my man card? When's that expiring? Because it's obviously soon. If the front lawn looks like garbage.
Yeah, if I can't grow green grass, they're probably going to start looking down on my truck.
Yeah, absolutely, right. And then where's it going to stop?
Yeah, they're just probably going to think my wife is easy pickings.
I'm doing this for us, honey. Really, what I'm hearing is I'm doing this for us.
You touched on something great, Josh, and it's something I'm guilty of too. Is having like it's a different shoe when it's on my foot compared to when she's wearing it, and so for her sake, for your wife's sake, she just wanted to clean the kitchen, probably because it was bugging her, and that's just the way to clean house. You know, it's relaxing for everybody. But to you in that moment, you're like, no, it doesn't really matter. What matters is come on the couch, let's hang out, or come help me trim the fence line.
Mm-hmm.
This is
100%.
this is way more important. But then it's like, actually, the clean kitchen is important to her, so let her have her important thing.
Well, yeah, and it goes back to like those essentially learning your partner's love language, right? Like, does your husband and wife, is that one of the things that they need, like their acts of service, or you know, sometimes yeah, a clean kitchen can show someone that you care because you know that that's something that's important to them.
Yeah, and I mean, maybe there's something to be said along the lines where you were said, hey, it's easier to make $10,000 rather than save it. Like maybe it's easier to just keep the kitchen clean rather than clean it. Don't make such a mess.
I don't know. I don't know if that's it.
I know. It, the clean kitchen doesn't last long around here.
But no, I mean, like married life for me has been amazing, right? Ride the ups with the downs, and it's and just knowing again at the end of the day, you know who you're going home with. I think I said that last week, right? Where it's like, um, that's the one stressor that's all, like I couldn't imagine what dating now would be like. Zero interest in that, right? But you know, knowing who you're going home with all the time, it's just that's there's something beautiful in that too.
Like I'm going to Vegas tomorrow and going with a couple of single buddies. And like my wife was like, "Oh, you're going to a pool party?" And I'm like, "I'm going to a pool party." She's like, "You're going to flirt?" I'm going to be like, my flirting would be like, "Hey, do you girls watch TV?
have you seen have you seen the new Blippy series? Right?
Have you seen the television lately?" Like, and then if they don't watch the same reality TV shows we binge, then I'm like, I don't know what to talk to you ladies about. Like, have a merry day.
Hey, I have a podcast. I don't know if you've heard of this.
Yeah, we need some listeners. You mind just throwing this on your drive back to the airport? It's funny though, like I always thought of you and your wife as like the ultimate adults. I'm like, they are adulting and
Thank you.
so well right now, and at a very young age too, right? Like, hey, you were married. I don't think I actually knew you until you guys were married. But I was like, wow, these guys are married. They have stable jobs. They have, you know, good incomes. They have a house. They have like a community around them. They seem ingrained in that community. And this was very, very early on. I remember going to your place for the rodeo, local rodeo, and it was like, and then we went on that birthday tour bus and everything. And I was like, wow, this is great. They've created this cool life for themselves out here, and I'm like that is adulting. That is adulting really well.
And I will give my wife pretty much sole credit for that. I mean, obviously, I love giving back. I always love doing that because of my job, my career path. I'm always in the community because of her and what she was doing out here. We weren't just like working in the community; we were part of it. And she pushed me to do a ton of volunteering. 100%. That's on her, and I'm so grateful she did. It gets help. It's paid dividends, right? Like investing in myself or in ourselves and our community has definitely paid us tenfold down the road.
What kind of volunteering did you start out with? What kind are you still doing?
So through
Just look
her
at
job,
just look at the camera. Like she was like, you said what you said about me. Good, good.
I
Good.
I have the placard. I think the cards at the back, right? Like
She's
of
holding.
what. Yeah,
She's.
that's right. It's like, have you ever seen the movie Love Actually?
So I have this strange thing, Josh, where I'll watch a movie and completely forget it. Ironically, the only movie I don't forget is Forrest Gump. I don't know what that says about my cognitive ability or
Interesting.
where I land on the spectrum, but
What
um,
about the classic like millennial guy of watching the Will Ferrell movies from like the early 2000s and just quoting those for life?
ah, look, this might be disappointing to hear, but I don't actually find him that funny.
That's okay. We're all different, and I mean, just because you have a poor definition of obviously what's funny and what's not doesn't mean I'm gonna hold that against you.
And like I know some of the classics, like some of them are really good. I like Anchorman. Anchorman's a good one. Kind of I was almost worried that I was going to spit out a movie that wasn't a Will movie, but yeah, no, I like when people start doing the Talladega Nights quotes. I'm like, God,
The Campaign,
yeah, I
Wedding
did.
Crashers, nothing.
Oh, I mean, Wedding Crashers was great, but that was more of Vince Vaughn own,
True.
right? So that's
Yeah,
those were the stars of my
he was
show.
more of a he was more of a cameo. You're
Yeah,
right.
yeah. I found out his to be truthful again. I just found his character a little annoying. Why is he yelling at his mom so much?
He doesn't know he's doing. She's doing back there.
Yeah. So,
Sorry.
um,
So we were back talking about how much I love my wife, not Will Ferrell, right?
volunteering.
Yes.
You were volunteering at the Will Ferrell convention.
Siri just said I don't understand. I think Siri's with you, right? I think she doesn't understand with the love around him.
Yeah. Get this.
So my back to the task at hand.
Yes.
Why? What was I doing in the community? So at the time, my wife she ran a pretty awesome program in for youth, and it had us in the community volunteering like weekly with different events, and then on the weekends, like we would do like adventure activities with the kids, and so I think that really kept me grounded with and it helped me with my career too. Just being involved in the youth in the community and doing these volunteer projects and going places like it keeps you young for sure when you're working with teenagers, but it also gives you an appreciation for what they're going through and just that like kids these days are trying and they're doing and they care and just teaching you that patience, I think. But the cool part about volunteering with youth is you're not just seeing them for that year, right? If you volunteer like through their entire like high school career, junior high into high school, you've also now like you've built that relationship that you're going to see them in the community 5, 10, 15 years later and still like there's still kids that I'll well not kids now, they're adults with their own families and have their own their own kids, their careers, their homes that we can talk back to, hey, remember that time we went to that CFL game?
Mm,
Right? Or, and then you hear from them that you were one of like a handful or sometimes the only positive adult in their life.
yeah.
That is and to me, just having that ability to have made a positive difference or a positive impact in their life, that's what it's about.
I think that'd be so cool. Like you said, you've been doing it, or maybe not doing the exact same thing, but I guess early on in years 1 through 5 of your marriage, you're volunteer, and that's 10. Like you said, that's 10 years later. So these kids that were 12 or 10 are now 20ish, right? Or
Hmm.
their mid 20s kind of thing. And like you said, they're in fully different chapters of where they were. However, they're still remembering the impact that you two and the group gave them. So,
You know, even the high school's kids that were like 15, 16 at the time, now we're talking 15 years later, right? Like it's crazy. Some 18 years later now. Like it's nuts.
yeah, yeah, that's wild. And the same breath, you're kind of doing that when you're younger too, right? So
Yeah, and they're looking at me like I'm this adult, right? It's like, no, we got to find an adult here that can help us with this.
yeah, I'm just here on the volunteer crew.
It's so funny. I mean, it's not an overly funny meme that you see get passed around, but it's true. It's like I'm still in this weird phase where people are like, "Oh, we need to get an adult," and they're looking at me, and I'm thinking, "Yes, we do need to go find an adult," but knowing that I am that adult, right? That they're looking for.
Yeah, yeah, and we're all just kind of figuring it out.
Well, yeah, I
Even the
was just like the metaphor true is it'd be like a duck, right? Like you're calm on the surface, but underneath the duck, their feet are just going like crazy,
it's madness, it's
right?
chaos.
Just absolute chaos. It's mayhem, pandemonium.
Yeah, and the Ducks probably don't have a plan, and that was something that's came to light to me too. Is like, or they do have a plan, but classic saying you have a plan and until the game starts, and then you just got to play the game. So
And that's it.
most adults, like, they might have a plan, or there might be like a procedure they have to follow, but if you present them with something that's outside that box, then they're just kind of making it up as they go, which is fine. I always like to shoot little bullets before you fire the cannon. So you shoot a bullet, and then you kind of recalibrate on where you need to go, or what the feedback you're getting. Probably not the non-violent metaphor to use.
Hey, you
Um,
didn't say you're shooting the bullets in the cannon at anything specific.
yeah,
It's just in
yeah,
the direction you want to go.
yeah. Just don't fire the cannons yet, right? Because that's a lot bigger miss. If you miss the cannon, you don't have as many cannon fodders, ammos, rocks, whatever your projectile.
You
Yeah. So
say anos?
what's that?
What did you used a word in between like cannon fodder, rocks, bullets, anos?
Ammos,
Amos, gotcha.
ammunition.
I'm learning something again from you, right? You're such a teacher.
Just make it up.
That's the thing. You can just make up so many things. You say it with confidence, and people are gonna be, yep, that's right.
Yeah.
Not even
Or
gonna question
or you make up the word too, right? Just say it with confluence, and people just let's keep on going.
it.
Kind of sounded right. Um, you got your family yesterday to do. We were texting. You got your family yesterday to do a workout before 6 a.m. all
That's
together.
right.
How does that happen?
Well, we're
Ob-
crazy. Like we're
ob-
not. I don't think we're all on a baseline there. Um, I am up early. My daughter, for some reason, loves to be up around 5. I already had the head poke around stage left here to be like, hey, just so you know, I'm up. We'll want to eat soon. So your day doesn't matter. Mine's here. Center of your world's awake. And yeah, I've just been talking to my wife about doing like at home workouts, kettlebells, and she the night before she saw me just writing it on the whiteboard like what I was gonna do because like you always made fun of me there. I will write on anything except for get an actual like $15.99 whiteboard.
or just like anything besides a notepad or whatever it is. Like, here's an Amazon box. Like, boom, here we go. Okay, here. Yeah.
And she's like, oh, so what do you plan? So I just kind of went through the motions of what I was gonna do. She's like, all right, I'll come try it with you. Like you seem to be obsessed with these things for the past like year. Let's try it. And it was a blast, man. We had the tunes going and we were sweating. We were doing the movements. It was great. My daughter had a little 5 pound dumbbell that she was swinging around. It was hilarious. It was the coolest thing I've experienced in a long time. I loved it. I loved it, and I'm gonna be annoying as heck to try and make sure it gets repeated. That we get together and do another like 5:40 a.m. or 5 a.m. workout. I would like it's that stuff to me. That's worth more than I don't even know, right? Like a new car. Like I don't care about that stuff. That to me, like, because the car's gonna get ruined anyways. right? When you have kids. But to me, playing games together, like we're big into go fish. This house is a big go fish house right now. We got a pretty
Okay.
mean competition going on. Like we got a hard one happening. I'm winning, not taking it easy on anybody, but uh,
I'll let your kids beat you.
that's right. It's just funny, I guess, as I'm saying, like, the things that you think are like the measures of success or the exciting parts of your life. Like who would have thought, literally, like you say, go back to grade one relationship me, like back 16 years ago. Oh yeah, like a 5:30 a.m. workout with your wife and your daughter is going to be the highlight of your week. I
Mm.
probably wouldn't have. I would be like, yeah, that would be cool, but like, how is that the highlight? And now, like, no, it's the highlight, and I want it to happen again. I loved it.
A, you have no idea how boring being an adult is. But B, it's like, yeah, that's actually the rare stuff, having like a kid and a wife that want to hang out with you and are willing to like subject themselves to something super uncomfortable. People, I mean, I've said this about how I don't like things on my hands, but there's people that don't like sweat, that don't want to work out. 'Cause it is hard, right? It is hard. It's uncomfortable. We're not programmed. We're not wired that way. Here they are waking up early, not wired that way, to work out, not wired that way, for something new, not wired that way. So you
Hmm.
got the trifecta of having your family just feel comfortable with you and willing to subject themselves to that. So kudos, man.
And I will say as a side note, if you haven't done them in a while, I know I texted you about it after, but if you want to see your legs have a wicked pump while you're doing like a movement, are the Cossack squats.
Oh yeah,
Like
I
the
suck.
outer thigh. Whew.
Yeah, I don't have the greatest mobility. I don't move around that well. So one of the focuses I've had in the last 2 months has been once a week. I just do stuff I'm really bad at, and Cossacks, whatever, however you pronounce them. They're in the repertoire for that day. I'll throw them in for warm ups too, just to kind of get some of that mobility going. They're a nice one. It's nice to move laterally like that.
Yeah.
You know.
Uh, Now, and we so if we go back to like volunteering, my wife and I were co-chairs of like a run club in our community. And I always hate the stretching part, but we'd always just do like we would do Cossack squats as part of like the lateral movement stretches. But like the stretching part is only like a 2.5, 3 minute stretch before the actual run. Um, and I never like stretch if I'm just working out or if I go for a run by myself. Even like I barely did a warm up stretch for like my 50K run this summer, right? Like
Uh,
it's not my
Josh,
thing.
a jaguar doesn't warm up before it starts the hunt. It's got to go.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Yeah, it sees the gazelle and it goes. Like that's what happens in the wild. Okay, we're wild animals. We're,
I will
we're
say it's easier to get down when you have like a 50-pound dumbbell and you're holding it up at your chest, right? That's getting you to go a little lower.
the first set. I'm always like, I'm not a lot of expectation here. It might be a little slow. I'm going to be a little creaky. My range of motion might not even be great. But hey, I've got 20 minutes, so I've got to go. I don't have 3 hours to work out today.
But I will say for any of the guys and gals that are out there being like, man, I want to see what my legs look like when they have a good pump. Pop in a Cossack or Cossack, whatever they are. I feel like I probably said it wrong, and your word of it is your pronunciation is the right way. Throw in a Cossack squat, like it's the thighs were bubbling when I was doing it.
Just shaking.
It was awesome. I'm like, oh wow, there has been some gains here on the tree trunks.
I love that. No, that's fantastic. And hey, if you don't know what you're saying, just say it with confluence, and you'll be fine.
I will tell you this: I ran with that high all day.
Oh man, there was some things you touched on, and I was like, I want to keep there, but I've forgotten those. The conversation's just rolling.
Yeah, I will get back to it, or it could be that the old classic. If you forget what you were going to say, it must have been a lie.
Yeah, but could be, could be. It had something to do with the workouts. Um. Anyway,
Family workouts.
family workouts, going after it, s- swinging. Everyone is swinging.
Yeah, the bells were going. It was almost, where there were so many bells being swung. It was like going through one of the Bowser's mansions on like Super Mario 3, where you got you got the firearm, like the fire lines just swinging around. It's one of those.
One of those. How was the team breakfast after?
Good. We had the smoothies. And we had a family who swung together. We smoothied together after.
Like, were you all just riding? Must have been all riding the same endorphin wave.
Yeah, and that's a cool experience too. Everyone's just grooving. Everyone's just having a great time.
Yeah, it's 6:30. You're happy. Everyone's laughing. The smoothie was a music going. Any
What's
dance?
that? The blender?
The Chris after the blender's done, and you're just you're cheersing your green smoothie cups, and everyone got some protein whey in there, and we're all just feeling like really good. And you got, like I said, the endorphins are running. Christmas music start playing. Any dance parties before the school prep?
Dude, I have a 6-year-old who's in dance. There's nonstop dance parties.
Nonstop.
Yeah, nonstop dance music on there to, spooky, scary skeleton, chicken banana, any other type of terrible song to an adult, but it's just absolute music to a 6-year-old's ears.
The tunes, the big tune difference.
That's one thing. No one warned me about becoming a dad is that your music that you ever wanted to listen to, that's gone unless you're alone.
It's no
Like
longer
I
longer appropriate.
no, that too. It's not appropriate. Or the shows you want to watch, guess what? Not watching them.
You don't. Oh, that's you thought that was your TV? Your TV, you are.
You thought that they were gonna go watch TV in the playroom? You're not there. You're not there. You're not there. Like they want to be around their safety net because they want you to not enjoy your night as well.
Yeah. So there's been times like that where it's like, hey, I like my little guy just kind of started getting into football because he likes he likes the colors. B, he actually likes the numbers. And it's been fantastic to help him teach numbers. I'll be like, hey, watch the quarterback. And now he's like, oh, the quarterback's number 7. It's like, yeah, that that's the quarterback, man. And
Look at
hey,
you, eh?
that's
Dads
number
who teach. I love it.
yeah, that's number 7. Like, wow. Um, but then there'll be times where it's like, hey man, you want to watch football? He's like, no, I want to watch toys. And I'm like, what? He's like, I want to watch toys. I'm like, to your point, I'm like, hey, maybe we can watch toys somewhere else. He's like, no, no, here. Now you're watching. Okay, can I go do something? No, no, you're watching toys.
Yeah, and if you're not gonna do this, no one's having a fun afternoon.
No one's having fun afternoon. Now, the music part, um, like I've made the transition to working out at home in the last year. Like that was something that I just was like, hey, this is. I wasn't making it to work out at home, but it was just
Hmm.
part of the making process for me. And summer times was garage. Started off last winter in the basement, then moved everything in the garage in the summer times, and then back in the garage because winter, she's a coming. Um, but one of the nicest things is just having my son pop in unexpectedly, and he interrupts. Like he's definitely not like, oh, the dad's in the middle of a big set. Like yesterday, I'm out there swinging the bell, like the heavy bell, and he just starts. He decides it's a good time to start doing circles around me. So now I'm trying to finish the heavy bell, but like also alter my swing path so I'm not clocking him.
Hmm.
And I still get a little like a tinge of annoyance, and then I'm like, all right, no, this is it. You had 15 of those 20 minutes alone, right? You
Yep.
got to crank the Rage Against the Machines or the Billy Talent, but now it's like, hey, in between sets, you're going to be playing stuff and kicking balls around and stuff, and it's like, yeah, this is it. I always make a point. I think this is probably a good thing to do if I don't give myself too big a pat on the shoulder. But after I'm done, I go upstairs and I say, "Hey, Mama, guess who was just helping out doing a workout?" And he just kind of just beams, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You just had to
and
try honestly down there.
yeah, just gonna be raging.
Did you like that? The Billy Talent brought in
At
the first song that came to my head about Billy Talent.
least it wasn't a Will Ferrell movie.
I saw Billy Talent once at our local pub at college in Hamilton. They came.
Oh yeah, like to
Yeah.
play or just to hang out.
Uh, just to
Both.
play. I don't think there's much hanging out with a bunch of drunk college students after. But
Hey, that's good. I think the Canadian punk scene definitely they were a major mover and shaker on that channel.
Billy Talent. Now I'm gonna go listen to some Billy Talent on my way to work.
It's a good throwback, It's a good throwback for when you're got a little bit of angst you need to
I,
rid yourself of.
I had a Billy Talent T-shirt. It was red. and just had like Billy Talent like gold small lettering on the right corner.
Yeah, just to let
Yeah.
people know, like you look like you could do a kick flip, but like in an organized way.
But I gotta admit it, I was a terrible skateboarder. I barely could even ollie.
I could barely stand on a skateboard.
I'm just like, how do you lift these off? How does it stay to your feet? Like, there's like, what
They're
am I?
cheating. They're
Yeah,
cheating.
they're cheating.
They're
This
cheating.
is the physics don't make sense on this.
And still to this day, like I like actually watching it, but I'm so bad, like just so bad at even balancing on a skateboard.
Oh man. And parents out there, if your kids skateboard, like don't be worried. I know I was always like especially for us like in our millennial age group, right? It's like, oh, if you're a skateboarder, you're a bad kid. It's like, no man, you're a kid that has determination and motivation and you're gonna continuously work and fall down and risk breaking your ankle in every trick just to land that kickflip.
Yeah, perseverance and grit are two characteristics.
Perseverance. That's a perfect way to to describe a skateboarder. 100%, right?
Yeah, oh, yeah. You gotta learn the trick. It doesn't just happen. It takes hours. Sometimes maybe it does just happen if it's like a next progression kind of thing, and you can kind of maybe you've skipped over something and you come back to it. But yeah, that takes a long time.
But the question out there to all our millennial skateboarders that are hanging out with us right now: how are those ankles feeling as an adult? Probably not great,
I No, but they might have better ankle mobility than we do. Maybe
for sure,
maybe
for
their co-
sure.
maybe their Cossack squats are a little bit more crisp, right? So
You're right. They're probably getting super low.
it was some. I always did find skateboarders to be like pretty decent movers, pretty mobile because they kind of have to be. Again, it's the whole coordination, balancing aspect, and being able to contort your body, exert force in a different position than you normally would.
Yeah, and it's all and you said it right. Balance, right? Who would have thought as you're getting older, like balance is such a thing because like balance on it like probably equals mobility, and mobility just equals life too, right?
Mm, can't
Like
move.
I know I should be stretching more, I just don't want to do it because I don't like it.
Start small, man. Start small. Start 10 minutes a day. Right?
Yeah,
Hard to commit to like it's boring as shit too to commit to like 40 minutes or even half an hour. But small little consistent efforts, 10 minutes, 50 you'll probably see yourself wanting to do 15 and then wanting to do 20. I'm at a point now where I'm non-negotiable anymore for myself. It's 20 minutes and man the the gains in the last 3 months have been incredible.
I hear these. I hear what you're saying. I do. I'm not disputing any of it. I just don't like it. Like you're right. Maybe if I start small, maybe even smaller than 15 minutes,
10
right?
minutes.
Just throw
Do
yeah,
10.
throw on a little YouTube stretch tutorial or something while everyone's hanging out at night, winding down.
There's this thing, there's sometimes, and look, even if I've for some reason ran away from it the entire day, there's like these things on YouTube called bed yoga, where literally you just are doing like five bed like yoga poses in bed. In
I
bed.
get behind this. I get behind this.
Man, you don't have to be doing nothing. You're just there kind of just twisted. And it's like, a little rotation, little twist does wonders for your body, especially like waking up the next day. I find I'm not as tight if I do bed yoga or even just some kind of cool down yoga at night. Um, but yeah, 10 minutes, dude, you'll see yourself take off.
Probably helps you sleep too.
I don't know, but it makes me feel better the next day for sure.
As a dad, you're like, what are you talking about sleep?
Yeah.
Like,
You
I know
see,
my eyes are closed,
you
and
see
I'm
the
not like
guys like
consciously there, but
there was
what
there
is
was
this sleep?
there was what episode we recorded last week, and I was like feeling kind of chipper and thought it was good, and then I look at it and like, man, I look tired. And I'm like, I probably was, but at the same time, it's like, all right, like it's just how I feel normally now.
This is the new normal, man. This is
And
it.
the new normal, having our families work out with us. I do again, this is the annoyance, but I kind of get a little annoyed sometimes when I'm trying to sneak into the basement and, Dada, what doing? Where are you going? Basement for a workout? And he'll like, I'm usually doing this while he's trying to eat a meal, like lunch
Hmm.
usually. And, okay, I come too. And then my wife deep sigh, like, no, you're not done eating. And then it's like kind of a big fight. So I feel bad because I'm trying to sneak away, but then I'm also feeling bad because I know he wants to come, but he's got to do this thing that's also important, which is nourish himself. So
Sneaking away so you get that break, right?
it's not even a break. I just got to get it done. It's not that 20 minutes. Like I'm just going downstairs, and can you just sit down and eat your cheesy noodles or whatever snack plate that mom's prepared for your lunch. You know?
No, and that's important. But I also think it's important for us to remember, like, yeah, they're gonna want to be, they want to come down because they want to be around us. They want to emulate what we're doing,
Yeah,
but also they're gonna get bored within like 2 minutes,
yeah, yeah.
right?
It's just I think what part that breaks me is that like my wife is getting annoyed because she's so hard to get him into the chair at the start, and then
Yeah, and
and
then
then
we come in and just fuck it all up.
but not on purpose. I'm literally I'm not making eye contact. I'm just coming downstairs, beelining it through the kitchen to the basement, right? And where are you going?
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Back
Oh,
here.
and sit down. You got to eat lunch plate too.
I love it.
So we went over Cossack squats. Listeners should definitely throw those into the routine.
Hmm.
Touched on music. I mean, Black Friday is coming up, Josh. So, like, hey, are we looking at two purchases? Would be one is a supplement, one is something else. What are we getting this Black Friday?
All right, so supplement. It's not. I'm not looking supplement. I'm looking for. I want to get 3 new kettlebells. I want to get another 50, and then I
Yeah,
want to get 240. So that I'll have 240s, 250s, so I can do some doubles, right? Because I think that I've never done the doubles, and I think once you start adding in like doubles, like double front squats, double lunges, double push press thrusters, those things.
double troubles.
Um, yeah, I think it's gonna be. I think you're gonna see some pretty good advancements, pretty good gains there. And honestly, I think we're gonna be looking at a desktop computer.
Throwing it back.
Yep,
You
throwing
going
it back.
Bell dial up with that big mo?
Could you imagine? I don't know. I should have asked. We had someone from Rogers came to our door last night, and I always feel for them because like it's cold now. It's like -15. They're out there walking. And it's like,
I hate it. I got someone came from Hello Fresh last week. Dude, I was like, "Yo, like, get off my door, get off." He's
I
like, "No,
just
no, use this." I'm like, "No, no, no. It's just can you not hear my dog barking, my kids scream?" Like it was an affront to my privacy, and I was like, I like the whole night. I was like, I can't believe he thought that was okay. But that's just part of his job, and he's like literally like I was funny. We were on a family walk before suppers, and I saw him parking, and he was just kind of waiting, like because they're not coming during the day anymore. They're coming at night when everyone's home. This makes way more. I totally get it, but I was like, don't interrupt me.
don't do it, man. Don't do it, you son of a bitch.
Don't do it. Get off my get off my stoop. Get
I
off my.
always try and make it like as quick and just like try and get out right away. We're happy with what we are. We're trying to support whatever it is. Not interested, but please stay warm. Good luck. I want you to succeed. I do, just not with me, please.
Yeah, and then look, I wasn't like a dick, or maybe I was. Maybe he perceived me to be a dick, but I just say I usually open the door, look at them, don't know them, they're not my neighbors. I'm good. Whatever we're hawking today, guys, I'm good. Thank you so much. I would have already bought it. To be honest, I would have already gotten it. I There's so much information available at my fingertips these days that like, hey, look, this isn't the first time I've heard about this product. And
Yeah,
if it is, I probably don't need it. But
but I
I'll
should
eat.
have asked. I should have asked her. Do you guys do dial up?
Oh yeah. You see, I will mess the odd time I will mess with like the telemarketer calls. I'll hand the phone over to my son. Be like, oh yeah, do you want to talk to somebody? Here you go. And then he'll love it. He'll be like, who's this? I'll be like, I don't know, find out.
That right there is probably going to be the best protection yourself against potential scams or telemarketer calls. Just put your toddler on.
Oh yeah, they think they're getting scammed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it. That's like probably the best topic to end it on today is protect yourself. Let your toddlers handle your security on for people that call.
Yeah, phone security. Not your door, though. Don't do it to your door because they might be now. Next thing you know, you got a stranger in the place playing cars.
Yeah, 100%. That's what should
Yeah.
happen. Real quick, buddy, before we walk away, what's your latest moment that you can remember that you sat back, you're like, man, this is the good stuff.
It's gonna sound fake, but actually, last night we had a pretty solid 2 hours after supper where it was just like we rolled right in the bath time. And then we were kind of all playing Tigers and Wolves. Right now we're big into watching wolf videos. So sometimes I get to be Data Wolf. Sometimes I have to be Data Elk. When I'm Data Elk, I have to cross over the icy river, and the wolves come and get me.
It's that's probably one of the most dangerous times to be a data elk.
Actually, so in the video we watched, the elk, that's his defense mechanism. The wolves won't come in the river, so he waits in the river, and then they lose interest, and then he kind of comes away.
Interesting.
It gets away. Uh, yeah, I don't know. I just like, oh man, there was some kind of chaotic moments. My wife was showing me her plans, and we started executing some plans to redo our playroom or upgrade our playroom, so to speak. And the first thought popped in my mind was like, we're not even done the built-in that we started in May. I'm like, let's finish it. But then at the same time, I was like, no, let's just do the playroom too. Let's just get that one done. Everything in our house is, I think, a half finished or like 90% finished. And like we even like the backsplash in the kitchen, like we're just like a half wall away, a half wall away. And I was like, all right, whatever, add it to the list. But then the playroom is like, I gotta find a way for the couch to get downstairs, but can't get downstairs, so it's got to go in the garage. I'm still not finished the garage for winter, so I was like, you got to give me half an hour to finish the garage for winter, and then make the space for the couch. There'll be plenty of space, but it's just like you got to give me the winterized portion first. So yeah, Josh, that was it. I was just like, this is it. This is probably got me thinking, or cued to think. My wife wants to put in the playroom a big mural that
Okay.
says, "These are the good days."
I like that.
I know, I do too. Like it. Who doesn't love a good live, love, laugh?
The millennial version of that. These are the good days in our playrooms.
And our house is in a weird layout. I mean, we love it, but it is a weird layout. Like you walk in, and there's an entranceway, and then a hallway, but you're essentially in the playroom right away. And that wall, or she wants to put, "You're in the good. These are the good days," is front and center. So that's the first thing you see. Which I'm like, oh, I think it actually gives some context to the playroom being the entranceway, right? Because it's like, well, this is a weird way to set it up. Yeah, like if we were adults,
Yeah.
but we're not playroom. We're in a
I
playroom.
like it 'cause you're just like welcome to the chaos, everyone. Like the second you walk in the house. I love that.
Well, now it's just like it's kind of it's still nice, but it's just like disorganized. Like there's just like toy bins everywhere, where it's like the
Hmm.
way you do it'll be organized and more
Yeah,
structured and
totally.
more built up. The only problem here is like here I am patting myself bragging, but the walls are so big. The walls are so big and the ceilings are so high. So like we're struggling finding furniture that won't create these gaps
Gotcha.
that make it look like not that well done. So hopefully, hopefully it looks good when
I
we
can't
come.
wait to keep checking in as this project progresses for your live, laugh, love
Yeah, yeah,
version.
yeah. Live, laugh, love, all in the playroom.
Awesome, my friend.
Let's end it here, Josh.
Okay, let's end it.
Okay,
Everybody, that was Andrew.
this is Josh.
And together we were
Dads.
who
Swing
swing.
the sledgehammer doing home renos.